G'day guys, Mac with the Outer Circle. I imagine people who don't know me or this channel will end up on this video, so I better take it from the top. I've been presented with the rules for Heresy 2.0 by a person who leaked them to me, as many of you know already. And I've sat on them out of respect to the people who provided me the information, and I don't want to be passing it on. Now that it's been several weeks, and the reveal has occurred that there is going to be a 2.0 of Heresy, I did suggest several days ago that I'd talk more openly about it if such a thing had happened. And I'm renowned as Mr. Salt because of my ability to drone on about the negatives in the hobby, but apparently it's gatekeeping or something, so I'll warn you up front that I may not be the content creator for, you people who are coming across this sort of video and me for the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about 2.0 and some thoughts on it, relatively spoiler-free. I'm doing this despite knowing it will alienate me further from the company most likely and creators because I've been bombarded by people who are experiencing great anxiety over the fate of their hobby. They've spent a lot of money on this game and people have been invested in it, like myself, for 10 years now. And naturally it means a lot to them. And they're worried that everything they have is going to come to naught. The rumours abounding of wounds, changes, of 9th edition, it's all starting to get pretty out of control, and the announcement of 2.0 has only furthered the problem. So I want to take some time to calm some people down, hopefully tell you from my perspective what the goal is, since radio silence abounds, at least until after this video when some roadmap may magically appear from the company. So, it's a pretty short one because I don't want to get into major spoilers. But overall, what do I think of Heresy 2.0? I won't lie, I was very mixed on the first reading, and like any system changes, you make of it what you will. For me, I'm pretty damn positive overall. I think it has really good potential, but there are some things that are giving me serious pause for concern. First, the system is what I'm calling 7.9 edition, because the basic mechanics are 90% 7th edition. But there is an additional factor in there called reactions, which functions very similar to a very restricted version of the command point stratagem. I see what the goal they're going for here is, trying to get people engaged in the other person's turn, but to me, have a little patience. You don't need to be ADD or ADHD, fast-paced, always must be doing something. Like, sit down in the other person's turn and just relax and just let it come. Not all games have to be I go, you go systems, or not all games need to be we both go at the same time or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with taking turns sometimes, okay? But anyway, reactions are a thing. And whilst, as I said, I do see what the goal is here, I see a lot of imbalances where certain legions have been thoroughly blessed versus others. Also, blast templates are in. List building is the same with the addition of Primarchs as their own Force Org entry. Rites of War are still there, they are slightly different. Movement values are different for different units, and although this is a narrative change, which in theory is great, I despise it. For the reasons I've spoken about earlier, because it changes too many interactions in too many ways to count that people take for granted and didn't know were there. I've spoken about it before, but 6 inches is the basic measurement of Warhammer. Most things for decades have operated around 6 inches. You move 6, your weapons fire in multiples of 6, your charges are in multiples of 6, and this all ties back into the D6 system, most likely. And when you start having things like 7-inch moves on Marines, then all of a sudden, after 3 turns, they're 3 inches minimum further across the board. Well, that's half an extra turn's movement. You're that bit closer to the enemy's deployment zone. Instead of turn 3 assaults, you're getting turn 2 assaults, or turn 3 assaults instead of turn 4 assaults. And so then the other side has to be able to kill the people charging at them faster, and it creates this escalating problem. It's also added to the biggest problem I have, which is bloat. Now, different movement values means that different units have to have, or similar units have to have different entries. If a unit exists such as the command squad, it has a different stat line based on its war gear and that movement value. So there's a unit entry for power armor, for Tartarus and Cataphracti for the same unit, 3 different pages. In good news, the Psychic Phase and Warlord traits are not only better, they're dramatically better. Someone must have listened to my salty grumblings and fixed them almost exactly how I would have, so absolutely no complaints here. Awesome job. The biggest problem so far, I can only see the rules for the legions, and that makes me very worried that the other factions aren't being very supported. Black Shield, Shadow Legions seem to be just gone. I may have missed something. But the problem is, it's very easy to miss something when there's well over 700 pages to go through here. It's a lot of bloat. Now, unit entries, where do I start? If it doesn't have a kit now, it corresponds to probably not having rules either anymore. Take that how you will. Some odd entries like Legion Artillery were missing in the version I had, which was very odd, but I don't think they're going anywhere. Also, Legion Special Units also changed slightly, with some just missing. Weapons and war gear are mostly the same. Combi weapons have 2 flavors, Minor and Magna. Minor are weapons which can be used multiple times, such as a combi grenade. Magna are the one-off users, like your combi melter. Weapons overall, I won't go too far into it because that would be real spoiler territory, but in short, killing power is dramatically up on just about everything. This combines with the ability to save against it going way down. Cover especially is massively degraded in this version, which really affects some legions. Dreadnoughts have really simplified in variety, yes, and as per the leaks and the leaked images, they have gone to wounds. They also require many new rules in order to work because of this. Tanks are on the whole more numerous, probably due to the new plastic kits them need to be sold, and no, before you ask, I know nothing more than rumours on the new kits, it's just an educated guess. On the whole, it is a new addition. Yes, it's not a bad addition, and armies are not being invalidated. But, and it's a big but here, many of the builds people have simply will not work in their current form. Between war gear and points changes to transport capacity, movement values, legion rules, combine it all, there are some massive changes in there. But in good news, it's not like going from 7th to 8th edition 40k, it's more like going from 5th to 6th, for those who remember that transition. So my final summary is, I think I like it, I think it will be a good addition, but the bloat is very real in these early drafts that I possess. I will sit on the rules, but if any power-hungry admins on places like Facebook get too banhammery with people who have legitimate conversations about the future of the hobby, I'll just drop a random page here or there because people have the right to talk about it. And Games Workshop isn't going to reward admins for being authoritarians. With thousands of dollars of models on the line, let people talk about it. And not just that, let them talk honestly about it, guys. Love it or hate it. Yeah, okay, don't go around maybe putting up big full-color images of the rules. But if they talk about, hey, we've all seen this thing, they've all seen it. You're not fixing the problem. You can't just make it go away by covering your ears, covering your eyes, and, you know, yelling la 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 to yourself. It's not going to work like that, okay? So, I hope this helps put people's minds at ease, and stop asking me for the rules. It's not going to happen, guys. I'm not just going to email you the rules. But I hope it puts people's minds at ease. That hopefully now, the people who've seen it can just relax a little bit, and, you know, who've seen this video can relax a little bit and know that it's probably going to be okay. Anyway, I'm Mac with the Outer Circle. I hope you enjoy this short little video, and I'll see you all on the next one.